What is one of your favorite things to do here while you're not taping Wheel of Fortune?
My favorite ride is Soarin'. I love it.
Have you gone on the new one?
Yes.
Did you go on it this morning?
I did.
How'd it go? On
Flight
the,
of Passage.
Yeah. Did you like
Wow, it was wild and crazy and fun and exciting. Have you done it? Did you like it?
Yep.
Yeah. I felt like I was.
I'm more the small world type. The drama and adventure of small world. Sometimes the boat goes. Anyone else?
Besides the rides, what are you most excited for as you're shooting at Walt Disney World?
Well, for me, it's wonderful to tape outside. I feel like I'm on vacation taping. The wind's blowing so beautifully, and the people are so nice, and it's just, I feel like I'm on vacation, really. It's just nice to be outside and not inside a studio. And Disney's so wonderful to us, too.
So if we were back in the studio, if we put on a little wind machine, would that make you happy?
It wouldn't be the same.
No, it's true. There is. The contestants are so happy to be here, not only on Wheel of Fortune, but to be at Disney World. So it's kind of a double boost of adrenaline they get. So it's a fun place to take.
Wheel of Fortune is filmed at several places around Walt Disney World over the years. Do you have a favorite location for doing the show here at Disney World?
Well, you know, when we first started taping here, it was a long time ago, and they used to have television studios here, back where what's the Toy Story Mania is. Actually, there was a physical studio where you go in, and we shot indoors. So we haven't shot outdoors a lot here. So this has been great. I love the location right now. I don't know how we can top it. It's so beautiful. The view behind my shoulder is great. I mean, I turn around and sometimes I forget we have players.
Yes.
So both Wheel and Epcot are 35 years old. What are some of your best memories of Epcot over the years?
With me, being with my kids. My kids have been coming here since they were born. So, as a matter of fact, I have a cute story to tell you. Over 20 years ago, I was here with my children, or my son, and I just had room service the other night, and the waiter who brought my food said, I waited on you 20 plus years ago in your room, and you were giving your baby a bottle, and my baby is now 23. It's a pretty good story.
And then he said, I'm still waiting for my tip. And I think you stiffed him again. Nah, that's not true. The same thing. I mean, our kids are grown now, and that's all they remember is being here. We've come a lot, not only with the show, but on our own, and it's out west with Disneyland. We spent a lot of time around the mouse.
Mm-hmm.
If you could fill the shoes of a cast member for one day at any attraction, what ride would you like to be at?
Ooh.
I did fill the shoes of a cast member. Yesterday, was it yesterday? I can't remember.
Day before.
I put on my uniform, put on my tag, hat from Chicago, and I ran the Jungle Cruise. So it was pretty cool.
And I didn't get to see that. I would love
I
to
rode, and I'll tell you, he was amazing.
Was he?
He had the spiel perfect.
It was fun. We took a dry run so I could kind of look at everything, and then I looked at the sort of the approved script that the guys and gals use, and I may have ad-libbed a little, but I stayed within with the family guidelines of Disney. It was great fun, and we had a good time with it. And the deal was that the people who came on the boat didn't know it was me. They just knew we were doing some shooting, and so then I would turn around and say, "I'm your guide, Pat," and then I would take him through the one joke I added was I said that when we got to the hippos, I said, they're really one of the most dangerous creatures in the world, second only to trial lawyers. That was
Oh.
And how about you?
Oh,
What
I
would you
would
be?
probably want to be a princess.
Oh, right.
Well,
Great. Everyone wants to be a princess.
Of course
Nobody
I
wants to be a
know.
serf.
What can I say?
So it's been a while since you've taped the show here last. How different does it feel in comparison to the last time that you were here?
It doesn't seem different to me. Every time, I think that's what I love about coming back to Disney World. It's, you know what to expect. I mean, of course you have some new rides now and
There's
stuff.
a lot more stuff here.
Well, there is a lot more stuff, but the feeling that I get is so warm and friendly and loving and family, and that just never changes.
It does amaze me how I mean, there's so many people who come through here, and our society as a whole has gotten a little more coarse, and people aren't necessarily as polite to each other and all that. But it kind of changes here. Everyone treats the place with respect. I mean, you don't see people tossing stuff around. They may wait in long lines. The weather may be hot and the humidity may be high, but you don't see a lot of fussing and fighting and arguing. Occasionally, a kid, I don't blame him, is squealing because he's 4 years old and wants to go home. But for the most part, people buy into the feeling here, and that's why they come, and they don't try to change it. They go with the flow, which I love.
Mm-hmm.
I actually used to watch you with my grandparents when I was little.
Oh,
So
that's cool.
do you get a lot of that, like people that have grown up with you and now they watch it with their children, and especially when it comes to Disney because it's such a family-oriented place. You are a wonderful family show. So I think it's generational.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know about you, that's one of the more common things I hear now. As we get older and the show has been on longer, people come up all the time and say exactly what you said, Or sometimes they're almost in tears and they say, I just lost my grandma, and the one memory I have is how we used to sit around and watch a show when we were kids, and now they're doing it with their kids. So it's a funny thing. We did not intend any of that when we started the show. We were just trying to do a game show and have fun and win money and get wealthy if possible. And but it's become an important part of people's lives, and I think I get a greater appreciation of that every year. I don't want to make too much of it. We're just playing a game. But people do really like it, and it really is important to them, and it's an important piece of their life, and I think it's great for us.
I feel the same.
And if you had one kind of piece of advice for contestants right before they start playing Wheel of Fortune, what would it be?
Buy vowels.
Well, technically she's right. It's the most misunderstood strategy, because people sit at home, why are you wasting money? I will tell you, if you buy vowels, there's a better chance you'll win. If you don't, there's a better chance you'll lose. That's just the way it is. But aside from the technical part of the rules, it's the hardest thing to get people to buy into, which is you just can't take it too seriously. And I don't mean playing the game seriously, but it is a game, and you don't. There's nothing at stake. We give you the money to play with. If you lose something, it's money you haven't had anyway. So. Relax, do your best. The more you can treat it, I heard someone give advice to a former player said to the other players that a trick he did was when he played, he pictured himself sitting in his couch at home, and he looked at the puzzle the same way. He tried to get the same feeling if he were sitting at home, and it helped him. He said it just put him at ease. So whatever you can do, whatever mind trick you can do to forget about all the cameras and the people in the audience and the lights and all that, and just try to relax and have a good time, the better off you'll be.